Isang pagbati na may ngiti sa aking mga labi. Naghahanap ba kayo ng makakatuwang sa pagre-review ng inyong anak? Meron yan sa DepEd. Ang Itulay online tutorial ay libre at handog ng ating kagawaran sa pangunguna ng OUA ICTS EdTech. Ito ay isang proyektong makatutulong sa mga mag-aaral, katuwang ang mga magulang o kasama sa kani-kanilang tahanan para masagutan at maunawaan ang mga modules. Hangad din ng programang Itulay ang matulungan ang ating mga guro sa kanilang mga blended learning classes. Ang ating Itulay ay mula kinder hanggang senior high school. Bukod sa academics, meron din tayong mga special programs gaya ng All is Wellness, Reading and Math Remediation, Storytelling, Mommy Tech Talks, Classes sa Gramatika, Speech Class, Financial Literacy, at marami pang iba. Pinalawig din ng Itulay ang ating Alive program para sa mga mag-aaral mula grade 1 hanggang grade 3. Gayun din ay mayroon tayong ALS program at SPED tutorials na makasisigurong makakamit ng lahat ang inclusive education. May SPED hotline na rin para sa inyong mga katanungan patungkol sa special education. Kaya, subaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, mula 9:00 ng umaga hanggang 7:00 ng gabi ang ating Itulay. Sa ating pagtutulungan, maiaangat natin ang bawat isa. Ating itutulay ang pagkatuto upang di mapigil ang pag-aaral ng kabataang Pilipino. Itulay natin ito, sulong edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to Itulay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the Itulay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the Itulay will bridge the gap where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Hello! Good afternoon everyone! Ayan. Ay, good afternoon. Shout out muna tayo. And we'll have so many viewers this afternoon who are very early. Ayan, we have John, Christian, Miko. Good afternoon po, Ma'am Joyceline and Tutor Floy. Sorry, Tutor Floy will not be with us this afternoon, but just stay tuned and let's have fun in learning the subject. Okay? So let us first, before we shout out, okay? So I am Tutor Joyce and join me as we journey to the world of fun and excitement, leap back in time, travel the world as we learn about the modern literature that we know today. We are now in the third week of quarter 2 of the 21st century literature from the Philippines and the world. Ayan. So before we continue, let us have a shout out to our viewers this afternoon. Yes, we have another from Joseph Conrad Bulaklak. Good afternoon. Ayan. We also have from Tricia Lian Arguliano. Okay. We have Sir Jerry. Hello, sir. Ayan. And of course, ayan, ang lakas nyong Bonifacio Day, Labor Day. Yeah. We also have good afternoon from CBS. Yeah, from Sheila. From Sheila Lingonan. Good afternoon po. Yes. We have also from Ayan, Henry, Marcin, Luchin. Okay, we also have Oronce. Says good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone. Okay. And yeah, before we continue with our shout out, so let's have first our celebration day for today. Ano kaya sineselebrate natin? Okay, so can you guess? Oh, yan na, na-present ko na pala, sorry. So we have the Happy Bonifacio Day. Ayan. So maging happy naman kahit na it's actually a Philippine Revolutionary Society founded by the anti-Spanish colonialism Filipinos in Manila way back in 1892. Okay. But before that, can you guess sino kaya? Sige nga. Let's have a challenge muna. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng KKK? Anyone? Okay, can you just type your answers on our chat space? Ayan. Sino kayang makakahula ng ating, or isipin natin ulit, let's just reminisce what does KKK stands for. Yan yung sineselebrate natin today. Anyone? Ayan, alam ko, aral na aral nyo ito. Especially in elementary days pa, diba? Okay, so anyone? Yes? Ayan, ayun na. Yan, si Miss Bianca Alzaga, ang sabi niya, ay ma'am is kataas-taasang kagalang-galangang katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan. Wow, galing. Yes, that's exactly the correct answer. Ayan, so I hope everybody is feeling ano, feeling ngayon, hero as in like Andres Bonifacio, Teodado Arellano, Ladislao Diwa, Teodoro Plata, Valentin Diaz, and Jose Dizon. These were the founders of the Bonifacio Revolution. Revolution. Okay, moving on to our enthusiastic of the week. We have, yes, and their output, ang talaga naman, no, very amazing output that they have presented there in our FB page. We have Christine Joy D. Frias. We also have Regine S. Labong, Marian Joy Nuwika. Ayan, good afternoon, and I hope that you will continue, no? You continue posting your amazing outputs, okay? Your nice outputs, guys, and always tune in to our uh, uh, live session here in Itulay. Okay, so let's move on. So let us have a recap. So we have learned from our previous lessons the features, elements, and characteristics of a graphic novels and a flash fiction. So, and we even differentiated them, no? Both fictions. Ayan. Okay, so for our next this afternoon, we have for quarter 2, week 3, for our next or the most essential learning competency, we have produce a creative representation of a literary text by applying multimedia and ICT skills. Ayan. And of course, our lesson will not be complete without our lesson objectives, syempre. So we have recall the elements of a short story, differentiate a fable from a parable, interpret a text, read through its elements and guide questions. Ayan. And appreciate the creative adaptation of a literary text. Ayan. So, these are actually the guided objectives that we will be expected, no? This afternoon. Okay. So, our literary or literature concept of the week is we have anecdote and adaptation. So, in speaking of anecdote, it's actually a short story that about an interesting or funny event occurrence that has happened to the person or sharing that the story, no, and it has lesson that the readers might have taken, no, while doing or while sharing these anecdotes. Another, we have the adaptation, something that is adapted, especially especially adapted into a movie or book or play that is changed that can be presented in another form. Ayan, that could be hold on the small, some plots, characters, setting, and themes that can also be modified at some point. Diba? There are books that we can see already that is transformed or adopted into a movie, perhaps. Ayan. And we have here the different, we have the fiction. Mhm. Okay. Adaptation, we have the fiction. Here comes the fiction. So what does fiction means? For fiction, these are written stories about people and events that are not real. Yes. And speaking of this, we also have it tells stories which are imagined by the writer. So when we speak of fiction, it's more on just you're using the writer's imagination. Even the readers, diba? When you're reading fiction, as if you're imagining things while you are reading. Okay, and these are actually created artistically by the writers. Any narrative work or portraying people, events, or places in a imaginary ways. Ayan. How about a short story? Well, a short story, when speak of short story, it's actually a brief fictional prose narrative that is shorter than a novel. Nalala nyo before yung flash fiction, shorter than a short story. Ito naman, shorter than a novel, and that usually deals with only few characters. Ayan. And usually, no, short stories, novels, legends, and fairy tales are all considered fiction. Ayan, nabibilang sila dyan. While setting, plot points, and characters and fictions are sometimes based on real life events or people, writers use such things as jumping off the points for their stories. Ayan. And even anecdotes or other literary genres have made it possible to present creative literary adaptations. Ayan. And speaking of a short story, um let us find out the basic elements of a fiction. Yeah. Okay. So here are the basic elements of a fiction. So to start with, when speak of basic elements, these are actually the essential elements, keeps the story running smoothly, and allow the action to develop in a logical way that the reader can follow. Ayun, yun yung tinatawag, parang siyang naging guide, no? Or the parts of as actually a story or a fiction. So to start with, we have, number one, we have setting. Yes, okay. Or the time. Yeah, the time, the place in which the story happened. Yan. And not only that, pag sinabi kasi nating time, it's more on historical period. Yan, no? Time of the day, years, hours. Okay, and even the decades when the story takes place. Yeah. So another, we also have the still considered place, no? Our setting, we have weather conditions, like is it rainy, sunny, stormy? Yan. Okay, we also have, yan, kababanggit ko kanina, it's more on place, is a geographical location where the action of the story takes place. Ayan. And we also have the social conditions. Sa social condition naman, it's more on daily life characters. Okay, does a story contain local color? Okay, or focus on speech, dress, mannerism, customs, or a particular place. Ayan. And of course, yung mood or atmosphere na tinatawag, no? This is what feeling is created at the beginning of the story. Is it cheerful o parang eerie o no, nakakatakot? Ayan. So, it really covers, no, this weather condition, social condition. This is still considered as under setting. Ayan. Another, we have the characters. Alam kong you're very familiar with this. This is just a short recap of what characters are. But still, let us find out what are the characters. So, characters are living beings or non-living things in a story that think and act to keep the story going. Okay. And the characters or elements are the person or people in a story. Mhm. Sometimes they are not human. Oo, hindi lahat ng characters are human. There's sometimes animals or even spirits, 'di ba? Lalo na sa mga animes, they usually do that. And representation or a representation of a human being in a story. Ayan, ayan no? Okay. And speaking of, okay, yes, just going back, no? May nakalimutan ko konti. Okay, actually, these characters are, also have two types of characters. Ayan, baka nakalimutan ko, no? We have the protagonist and the antagonist. So, when you say protagonist is the main character. Ayan, yung pinaka-bida, no, ng, ng ating pelikula or ng ating story. But when he or she is in conflict with another character who is known naman as the antagonist. Ayan. Okay. And, of course, an example of protagonist and antagonist are the Superman. Ayan. Or the protagonist naman, Lex Luthor. Diba? Yung sa Superman. Ayan. Okay. And includes also the characterization. So let us check what are these characterizations. Ayan nga, tingnan natin ha, mamaya. When you speak of characterization, actually it is the process by which fictional characters are revealed, presented, or developed by the writer. Yan. So ito, what do you think, guys? Okay, can you write your answer in our chat space? What do you think is the acronym used in characterization? Ayan, sige nga, tingnan na natin. Ano nga yun? If you can remember sa inyong mga English teachers before in junior high school or in senior high. Sige. So what is that acronym used when we speak of characterization? Sige nga. Ayan, mukhang nag-iisip talaga sila. Okay, take your time, guys. Oh, Macy? Ayan, so we have answers already from our chat space. Okay, yan. Oh, ayun, tama si Bianca. Bianca says, steel. Ano kaya yung steel na yan? Well, thank you also, Joseph Conrad, for answering. And also, Rendel Alvarado. Yan, si Mabini, Maria said steel. Ayun, very good. Galing-galing nila. So ano kaya ibig sabihin nitong steel na ito? Is it the steel that we have to get something from or without asking permission? Parang ganyan ba? Okay. So when steel, S is for speech. Ayan. Ano kaya yung T? Anyone would like to guess? S is for speech. Okay. T is for... Okay, anyone? Ayan, makakarami na sila. Sige, reveal na natin. T is for... Ayun. Ano kayong bubble na yan? It's a thoughts. Yeah, correct. Maria Mabini says thoughts. And also Bianca Alzaga. Another, how about the E? Ano naman kaya yung E? Okay, the E stands for... Ayan, reveal na natin. It's actually effects on others towards the other character or towards the character. Ayan. Ayan. And A, ano naman itong A? Naku, alam na alam nyo to sa A, no? Lalo na sa mga movies. O, yan ang clue, ha? Okay, these are actually like Fernando Po Jr.'s movie. Yan, Bianca, correct. These are actions. Ayan. And of course, yung L. O, diba? Ano naman itong L? Ayan. Ayan, thank you for answering. We have Trisha Argoliano. We also have Mabini answer and participating. Yes, Joseph also participating. Thank you guys. Sheila Lingonan, thank you so much. So anong L natin ay, yes, Mabini, you're correct. It's the looks. Uy, may drawing pa si Bianca. Looks. Ayan. So actually, guys, these are methods, no? Like direct characterization, tales versus show, and the characters' looks are directly explained or described. O kaya naman dramatic or indirect characterization. These are show versus tell, showing the characters naman in action. Yan. O how the characters acts or behaves, speaks, and so much, and more, no? Ayan. And even the, what do you call this, the animals, no? The inanimate objects. Pero sa parang, or natural phenomenon as people sila. No, they are really characterizing themselves or even the animals, hindi lang people. Ayan. Thank you, guys. Very active talaga ang ating audience this afternoon. Thank you, thank you. Okay, and another, we also have the dialogues. Ano? Dialogues, actually, these are direct or quoted verbal exchanges between or among characters. And of course, syempre, yung pinakano natin, no? The plot. Mhm. These are actually the action elements. Mhm. Sequence of events in a story. Ayan. So actually, a plot refers to the flow of events in the story. So essentially refers to what is happening in the story. Ano na nangyari? Ano nangyari kay ano? Ganun, ganun. So it actually has a beginning, the middle, and the ending of the story. Yun yung tinatawag na natin pinaka-plot natin. Okay, let's continue. Another, we have conflict. Ano naman itong conflict? Well, actually, these are story's central problem. Ayan, tension, fight, or the struggle. Ayan, so parang merong the word conflict, no? Mhm. And also, we also have the theme. Pero dagdagan ko lang, when you speak of conflict, it's more on tension, the fight or struggles between the characters or forces in the story. This actually gives the fuel, parang nagbibigay siya ng gasolina of the story, parang it really burns a fire, di ba? Para nagkaroon talaga ng action. Influences is flow. Without the conflict, then you have no story. 'Di ba? Kasi kailangan may conflict para may challenge at saka para the more you watch it, the more you read the story, the more you will be excited to read it. Ayan. And another, we have the theme. Theme naman is a central lesson or a message in the story. Ayan. It's actually the moral of the story, okay? And underlining meaning or a fictional piece, maybe author's thoughts or topic or view of human nature. So kung ano yung what interpretation or what lesson can you get from that particular story? That is what we call the theme or the central lesson or message in the story. Ayan. Okay. So let's have a face off. Okay, face off ito ng Fable versus Parable. Ayan. So ano kaya itong face off na to? Actually, it's just a comparison. Let's compare the two, no? The two different fictions that we have here. Ayan. So, both are fictions, right? Mhm. Pero, these are actually the original meanings of these critical terms. Ayan. So, when we speak of fables, there are stories both teach morals, principles, and general truths about human nature. So, tandaan yan na, guys. So, these are both giving morals and principles, lessons in life. Ayan. But, ayan, well, fables are set in a fantasy world. So makita natin, 'di ba? Parang ang ganda-ganda ng kanyang mga ng setting. Okay, it's a fantasy world set there. While a parable is rooted in the real occurrences, yung talagang katotohanan. Ayan. Okay? So actually, it when we speak of fable, it's actually from the Latin word fabula, a telling or put the emphasis on the narrative, and in the medieval and Renaissance period was often used when speaking of the plot of a narrative. While a parable naman, it's actually a Greek word parabole or a parable, a setting beside suggests a juxtaposition that compares and contrasts this story with that idea. Kung ano man ang idea doon. And also includes real and literal occurrences to which any reader can relate, no? Kapag ka nagbasa ka nito ng parable. Yan. And the examples we have here, yung, ano, di ba, yung talking frog versus prodigal son. Di ba? So, fables actually often includes talking animals, okay, or animated objects as principal characters. Diba? So, and also, fables and parables, these audience are easily identified with the characters. Kasi nga, ganun siya. So, meron tayong tinatawag sa fables pag non-human characters, they are used. And then, while the parables naman are the human characters. So, kita mo yung pagkakaiba nila sa the difference. Okay? So this one is more on the device of personalities, also extended on trees. Ayan, pag non-human, ano? Winds, streams, stones, and other natural objects. Yan yung sa fable. Okay? And earliest, our tales also include human and gods and as characters. Ito naman yung sa, okay, humans for the parables. But fable tends to concentrate on animating or inanimate. Diba? Yun yung fable. Hmm. Parang siyang ordinary folk tales. Okay, that fables resembles. Pero, the moral is more on both, no? Meron moral si fable, meron din moral si parable. Okay. Well, parable also contains human characters only. Tandaan natin yan. And they are drawn from the real world situation. Okay. Problems are real struggles of people. Yan yung makikita natin sa parable. Okay. And when, di ba nga, sabi nga, pag yun yung may example natin kanina, di ba, na sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, yung talking frog, okay, sa fable, and then ang example naman natin sa parable is the prodigal son. They are both giving lessons in life, pero they have different when speak of characterization or characters. Yan, kita mo yung pagkakaiba niya. Okay, another similarity of these two fictions, we have both teaches lessons and handed down orally in the past. Parang pinasa siya through the mouth, no? Generation to generation by our elders. Yan. Okay, anong pagkakaiba nito? Another, we have, it has an imaginative or non-realistic aspect. And while parables has almost always have a religious, di ba mapapansin mo, may mga spiritual aspect ito. You have parang more on religious, okay? More on faith. Ayan, yun sa parable. While a fable, ito naman is more on fantasy, imagination. Ayan. But they are still both giving lessons, no? And lessons in life. Ayan. And, ayan. Ano pa, ang pagkakasabi nila, they are both differ in style. Ayan. Magkakaiba silang style. Ito, si Fable, we have detailed, sharply observed social realism. Ayan. Ito naman kay Parable, parang mysterism. Parang merong mystery tone ang kanyang style ng writing. Okay, you two guys, once you are asked to write your own, no, in the future, you could be a future writers as a fable, so you can use this actually in how you compare these two fictions. Okay, when speak of fables, these are in writing, your style of writing, we have detailed, sharply observed social realism, and ito namang isa yung mysterious. Ayan. Okay, and the examples we have, ayan yung Ace of Fables, no? Talagang sikat na natin yan, very familiar. The tortoise and the hare, the lion and the mouse. Okay, can you give me other examples, guys? Ano yung mga fables na natatandaan nyo during your elementary days, perhaps? Ayan. Type it down. Sige, tingnan ko nga. Other examples that you have read? Beautiful fables? Ayan. Sige nga. You can type on our comment section. Ayan, meron tayo dito. Ayan, the ant and the grasshopper. Kung natatandaan nyo, di ba? Ayan. Okay. Another examples, also among tales, ano ito? Ayan. Oh, hello po, Maricel Cedron, watching from Pilar, Bolinao, District of Pangasinan. Hello, hello. Okay? And we also have this, ito yun, yung 1001 Nights. Yun. Okay. Meron pa tayo dito. We have Geoffrey Causer, The Canterbury Tales. Yan. Ito si ano. Yes, Trisha, the goose with the golden eggs. Okay, yes, Joseph answered pala. Meron tayong The Wolf and the Sheep. Very good, Joseph. Trisha. Si Joyce naman, The Beauty and the Beast. Oh, yes. Wolf and the Sheep by Miko naman. And we also have Gambota says, The Lion and the Mouse. And the Guzman, Joyce, meron pa siya isang sagot, The Fox and the Crow. Ang dami, diba? Okay. So, ayan. These are actually well-known children's tales featuring, ito naman ay parang merong tinatawag na caution fable, no? It's not only giving lessons in life, but there is also a caution fable. Ano kaya ito? Yan. Ano, sino to? Can you guess the title of this fable? Anyone? Kindly type it down. Yes, may sagot si Ferlin, The Fox and the Grapes. Patrick answered Patrick James Martin, The Egg and the Shell. Sino pa? How about try to guess the story? This is actually, yes, correct. Mabini says The Little Red Riding Hood. Ayan. Okay. No? So, these are actually modern as writers, no? Like yun si Dr. Seuss uses aspect of fables in their work. Ayan. And also many modern stories or traits of fables. Although they're much more complex stories lines, no? Like parang yung ito isa. We have here, ayan, yung kay George Orwell, yung Animal Farm. Okay? Ayan. Or yung mga fixer films. Okay. Ano mga fixer films? We have yung Toy Story. Very end, yung Cars. Ayan. Diba? This has actually modern stories na ito. Okay. And we also have secular examples of parables. Again, go as far as back as Aesop. Yeah, so well-known fairy tales is equal to secular parables. We also have the Hans Christian Andersen, yung Emperor's New Clothes. Remember? Oo, na the king thought that he has a new clothes but actually doesn't have. Okay, and he went to a parade like that. So kita mo talaga. Ayan. Okay, another we also have eto na yung another characteristic of a parable, the majority are religious in nature. Ayan, yung the parable of the sower, ayan, the rich man and the Lazarus. We also have the good Samaritan. So these are actually giving making us more spiritual, giving spiritual values, no, in the particular story. Ayan. Okay. So join me to read another example, a very nice example of a parable. Ayan. The title is The Story of the Pencil. Familiar with the pencil? Okay. So, before we continue reading, can you give me just a very short for you guys, what is a pencil? Okay, can you write it down in our comment section? Pencil is what for you? It symbolizes for you, what is it? Can you write it down? Mhm. So pag sinabi natin pencil, usually we use that for school in writing. Yeah. Another. Yes. Yeah, Bianca said, use in drawing and write. Wow, no, syempre, drawing and writing. Siguro artist ito si Bianca, ano? Okay. Another from Joseph, for writing. Yeah, for writing. Pencil is a drawing material. Correct. Okay, another. Mm-hmm. Ayan. So, and a lot more. Di ba yung ginagamit natin? And of course, di ba sa pencil, meron tayong tinatawag na eraser. So, this afternoon, the story that we will be reading is the parable from the Coelho novels like the flowing river, or an excerpt from the novel like the flowing river. Ayan. Okay. So, which was written by, it's a thought-provoking story. Mhm. Okay, wait lang ha. I just given a very very short introduction about this one. It's actually a thought-provoking story about a non-script object that gives a powerful message later on. Try to find out what is this powerful message, okay? And read the story aloud to yourself. Ayan. Together with me. I want you to read with you guys. Ayan, sa inyong mga bahay. Ayan, sa inyong, kung nasan man kayo ngayon. Okay? And then, like a flowing river, it includes jewel like fables packed with meaning. Ayan, sharing his thoughts on spirituality, about life, ethics. And actually, Paulo touches you with his philosophy, invites you to go on exciting journey of your own. Okay, guys, ready? Okay, you can read with me, everyone. Okay. A boy was watching his grandmother a letter. Writes a letter. At one point, he asked, "Are you writing a story about what we have done? Is it a story about me?" And then his grandmother stopped writing her letter and said to her grandson, "I am writing about you, but more important than the words is the pencil I am using. I am writing, I'm using. I hope you will be like this pencil when you grow up." Intrigued, the boy looked at the pencil. It didn't seem very special, but it is just like any other pencil I ever seen. That depends on how you look at things. It has five qualities, which, if you manage to hang on them, it will make you a person you always at peace with the world. First quality, okay, take note, guys. The first quality, you are capable of great things, but you must never forget that there is a hand guiding your step. We call that hand God, and He's always guides us according to His will. Second quality, now and then I have to stop writing and use a sharpener. That makes the pencil suffer a little, but afterwards, he's much sharper. So, you too must learn to bear certain pains and sorrows because they will make you a better person. Third quality, the pencil always allows us to use an eraser. Para saan may eraser? To rub out any mistakes. This means that correcting something we did is not necessarily a bad thing. It helps to keep us on the road to justice. Fourth quality, what really matters in a pencil is it's not its wooden exterior, but the graphite inside. So always pay attention to what is happening inside you. Finally, the pencil's fifth quality, it always leaves a mark. It's in just the same way you should know that everything you do in life will leave a mark. So try to be conscious of that in your every action. Okay. So, did you like it, guys? Did you like our very nice story of Paulo? The story of pencil. Okay, I hope you have learned so many lessons from this story and this parable. Okay, so for our assessment, it's just a very, very quick assessment for this afternoon. I want you to write down on your answers on our chat space. Ready? I like it, ma'am. Yeah, thank you so much, Joseph, for appreciating it. Yeah, I like it too. Okay, yes po. From Joyce de Guzman. Oh, yan. Yes, from Miko, John, Christian. Ayan, they live it out. And I hope the 5 qualities, do not just read it, but we have to apply it in our own life. Diba? Okay, so to start our question, what is the setting of the story? Can you guess? Can you write down your answers? Sige nga. Sige, what is the setting of our story? Mhm. Nasa bahay kaya sila? Nasa mall? Where do you think they are? Okay, so let us reveal. They are in their house or maybe in the living room, diba? Hmm. Okay. Number 2, who are the characters of the story of the pencil? Oh, who are the characters? Sige. We have yeah, Bulaklak answered Joseph. Yeah, Joseph Bulaklak answered house. Correct. How about the second question? Who are the characters of the story? We have the grand. We have, yes, the grandmother and the grandson. Okay. The third question. How were the characters presented in the story in characterization? Ayan, paano kaya? So, actually, the characters looks like directly explain or describe. Di ba, describe na yung 5 qualities of a good pencil, of a pencil. Ayan. Okay, and were there dialogues included in the story or can you mention some? Ano ba yung mga dialogues na nabanggit doon? Sige nga, can you write some? Yes, we have Joseph. Yeah, correct, Joseph. Grandmother and the grandson, correct. How about the dialogues? Can you just type just a little dialogue that was mentioned there? Yan. Or di ba sinabi niya doon, are you writing a story about me? Okay, is it a story about me? O, di ba? Tumagot naman si grandmother, I'm writing about you, but more important than the words is the pencil I am using. So these are the dialogues. Okay. Ayan, what is the purpose behind the sharpener? Ayan yung sharpener natin kanina. So actually, when you say sharpener, it requires polishing as well for a pencil to write, di ba? Okay, we use it for sharpening the pencil or to write well in a sharpened or polished, a sharp pointed pencil writes better than a blunt one. Syempre naman, ano? And of course, like an artist, pag tayo naging artist na, we have to make sure that the pencil is well sharpened. But as human beings, we are also required polishing and sharpening to make us more valuable. Diba? That's the most important meaning of this purpose. The purpose of the writer, Paulo. We will need to make our decisions toughing instead of breaking down, or our sharpening happens during tough times, diba? And tough times come to build us and prepare us for a better responsibilities in the future. Ayan. So here we have answer. It teaches us that the main makes us, wow, very good, Miss Bianca Azaga. Sabi niya, it teaches us the pain makes us a better person. Ayan. Good job, guys. Okay. How about the eraser? Ano naman ang eraser? Okay. So what's the purpose of the eraser used by Paulo in our story? So actually, these are learn from your mistakes and make corrections. Diba? So actually, a pencil is useful thing in our daily life, but we use it to write things down, to draw. Okay, tama kayo yung mga sagot nyo kanina, diba? I asked you to write. Okay. Yeah, correct, Joseph. The sharpener is used for sharpening. Human beings make a lot of mistakes. And we agree with that, no? Because we are not perfect. Tama naman, di ba? But we can learn from the mistakes and become a better and a wiser person. Okay, good job, everyone. Ayan, may sagot pa si Joseph. Okay, he answered, it uses to erase anything in writing, and not only in writing, nak, no? It's also more on in mistakes in our life. Okay, so great job, everyone. Okay, ayan. So for our sneak peek, for next meeting, we have Creative Literary Adaptation Part 2. Okay. And speaking of this adaptation, we have ICT components, skills for the Part 2, multimedia benefits, characteristics, types, formats, and files, extension, digital picture, and story. And for our task for the week, we have I want you to read your favorite fable or parable, then try to identify the basic elements of a short story of that particular story that you have, like the Paulo or the pencil that we have read this afternoon. Okay? And try to post it to our FB page, and you make it creatively done and enjoy reading, everyone. Okay, we would like to leave this inspiring quote by Maya Angelou. There is no great agony than bearing an untold story inside you. Okay, so there you have it, guys. So we are inviting everyone to read stories that you love and learn lessons from it. Okay, so that's it. Don't forget to subscribe to our DepEd EdTech Unit Facebook page and YouTube channel accounts, EdTech Unit, DepEd Philippines, to visit and share our episodes. Once more, I am your tutor, Joyce, saying have fun exploring the different concepts, texts, in your weekly habit here in the 21st century literature from the Philippines and the world. Make sure to tune in for our next class, Reading and Writing, with tutor Jess, and Zen and Creative Writing with tutor Kit and Jerry. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye. Bye, everyone. Ba't wala pa?
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na Itulay Tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ItulayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa Itulay!